Environmental Protection Agency to issue an enforcement notice to ESSO and its parent company, ExxonMobil, to ensure it provides unlimited insurance coverage to safeguard Guyana against the devastating effects of an oil spill within the next 30 days. A written copy of ruling stipulates that failure to comply with the court order will result in the suspension of the environmental permit. The ruling comes months after President of the Transparency Institute of Guyana, Inc., Frederick Collins, and another citizen, Godfrey White, took the EPA to court to enforce a critical clause in the Liza Phase 1 renewed environmental permit issued to ESSO. And activist Ray Daggers will, from today, kick off a walk from Berbice to Essequibo against the oil contract the Guyana government signed with ExxonMobil back in 2016. The walk will start off at Crabwood Creek in Berbice at 9 hours. Born in Maikoni, East Coast Demerara, Daggers lived for quite some time overseas but kept in touch with what was happening back home. Daggers said he was inspired to undertake the protest walk by the unrelenting efforts of businessman and Kaieteur News publisher Glenn Lal. 60-year-old Hemwati Singh is now left counting her losses after a fire on Tuesday night destroyed her Cummings Lodge, Greater Georgetown home. According to the Guyana Fire Service, on Tuesday at around 19 hours, they responded to a report of a house on fire at Lot 734, Sixfield Cummings Lodge housing scheme. Water tenders from the Central Albertown and Campbellville fire stations were dispatched to the location where the structure on fire was a one-flat wooden building. The fire service reported that according to findings, the fire was as a result of Singh burning rubbish that she left unattended, which subsequently spread to the house, destroying it. And a new provision included in ExxonMobil's Yellowtail and Waru permits for the 4th and 5th projects respectively allows for a capping stack to be on standby in the event of a well blowout during oil production activities. This measure is usually touted by government as a major improvement on the regulatory aspect, but the AFC believes this tool is not enough. During a recent engagement with the press, former General Secretary of the party, David Patterson, explained that a capping stack is like a cork and that it does not prevent a leak from happening. So basically what the government is touting is if there is a leak, their response time, because the capping stack is closer to Guyana as opposed to Trinidad, that they will get this cork to plug the leak quicker. Patterson, the Shadow Minister for Natural Resources in Parliament, said this should bring no comfort to the Guyanese population as there is still much to be done regarding oil spills. And to wrap things up this morning, the Environmental Assessment Board is yet to hand down its decision on the appeals made by citizens regarding the waiver of an environmental impact assessment for the 300-megawatt gas-fired power plant to be constructed at Wales on the west bank of Demerara. Chairman of the board, Dr. Mahendra Sharma, explained that the members of the body are still analyzing the statements received from the two appellants and comments submitted by two other citizens. Dr. Sharma said he could not state the definitive timeline as to when the Environmental Assessment Board will wrap up the process to either uphold the decision or overthrow the Environmental Impact Assessment waiver. And that does it for this morning's Newscast. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
And that's the news of the moment. Remember to get the full details of these stories